My mom and dad split when I was young. When I was like 6 or 7, my mom brought me to Kitimat. My mom brought me back to the reserve to live with my grandma. I kind of looked at everyone around me and like kind of seen what I didn't want to be. I would never beat my children. I decided I didn't want to be an alcoholic. And because I seen where it led to, right? Me and my brother moved back to Vancouver with my mom when I was in grade 7. We were supposed to just come down here for Christmas one year and we never ended up going back. I liked being back with my mom. And then I started noticing she had more of an addiction. Like I started noticing there was something wrong with her. And then I would notice that there's like alcohol bottles all over the house. I hated not having a mom, like someone to go to. Always having to worry about her. When she's downtown, I always had to go back to Balmoral, the Regent, and the Savoy. If I wanted my allowance, that's where I would go find her. But I wish she would just like realize that there's other ways to cope with what she's gone through her life. I think it is hard for me to forgive my mom and to accept how she is. So me and my boyfriend, when we were about 16, ended up deciding to have a kid when we lived with his parents. A few months after I got pregnant, we ended up moving out and moving downtown. His mom ended up calling social services on us, and we had the ministry on us as soon as she found out I was pregnant. My son then was taken away from us. I fought for 2 years for my son. Never got to the chance to be an actual mom. They took him away from me. It goes back to residential schools where they just wanted to put the Aboriginal children back into white families. Being an Aboriginal woman, I find that people are very judgmental. They always just assume you can't do much. Like you can't go back to school or you can't get that job. People just assume that I'm a drunk or can't handle alcohol or I'm addicted to something. Just because the color of your skin doesn't mean you're any less than a person. It hasn't been easy from not completing high school to just plopping myself into college. I chose to be a mental health and addiction worker because of my past, the trauma that I've gone through, and people deserve to be heard no matter what situation they're in. If they're addicted or not, or just have a mental health issue, they all have a story behind it and why it's happening to them. I just want to be able to be that person that will actually just listen to what they have to say, or even just be there for them and maybe even speak for them if they need it. I would say I'm doing so well in the program because we have amazing instructors. They can teach at all sorts of levels. If you're having trouble, you can just easily talk to them. What I really enjoy is the learning aspect of it and getting to know each individual on their own, despite like their addiction or mental health. Once you actually get to know them, they're wonderful. Life for me today is pretty good. I have a wonderful boyfriend, great best friend, great cousin that I stay close to. Going from a grade 10 dropout to a college graduate feels pretty amazing.